Hey there. So, okay, now I want to talk about malaria. Specifically because I've had malaria 3 times. Um, I never seem to learn the first time. It takes me more than once to get it. And, and even then, I sometimes don't. But I want to share with you a little bit about malaria if you don't know. So malaria spread from the female Anopheles mosquito, only female. Um, it that specific mosquito is the one that carries a parasite that gives you malaria. This mosquito only bites between dusk and dawn, which is why, which I learned very recently, that you need to sleep with a mosquito net at nighttime because that's when she bites. That's when you're going to get malaria. It's not during the daytime. You can get bit all you want in the daytime. It's not going to give you malaria. It's at nighttime that you need to protect yourself. Wear sunscreen, not sunscreen at nighttime. Wear mosquito spray, loose clothing that's tight around the arms and legs so the mosquitoes don't get up underneath. They seem to like your ankles. Well, they like my ankles especially because my ankles were covered in mosquitoes. They seem to love to live under the couch, in behind the curtains, and when you sit on the couch at nighttime, there they are biting your legs, your feet. So keep them covered up. Keep your socks on, long pants, long shirt, hood up. Definitely wear your mosquito spray or lotion, and put some like citronella around if possible. It's the same as when you're not traveling. You just have to be more careful. Some of the signs and symptoms of malaria are, for me, I've had different ones. The first time, like I know my body very well, and I very, very seldom get headaches, but that's one of the things that I noticed something was not right with me is my headache. It's the first thing that was a signal. I had very intense headaches at the start. It took me 3 days to finally go to the doctor the first time. Headaches is what it started. Severe fatigue and nausea is when I realized something was really wrong. Went to the doctor, got tested for malaria, and when you're in a country like Africa or probably even India where it's very, very rampant, they have this really the coolest, it's just like if you're diabetic, they just prick your finger, test the blood on the little stick, and they know within 10 minutes if you have malaria. And the same with HIV actually. Because in Kenya especially, malaria is the #1 cause of death. So they obviously have to have equipment that tests very quickly. So yeah, headache, nausea, extreme fatigue. I started actually sweating, like unbelievable amount of sweat. And nauseous. I didn't want to eat. It took me about 7 days to get over that, like to get over those deep, like the deep symptoms. But it took about 2 weeks actually to get over the fatigue and the headache to go away. So it can be very extreme. The last time I had malaria, I contracted it, but it never went away the first time, and I didn't realize until it was too late. And it was just before I came back home last time. It was to the point where I was having, in the hot weather of Africa, was having shivers, and I couldn't stop. It was just non-stop shivering, and sweating, it was just unusual. Headaches, the usual fatigue, not wanting to eat, nauseous. I always thought that malaria was the flu, and really it's like the flu. It's pretty much the same symptoms as the flu, but like 100 times worse. Uh, You have never felt this before, having a flu. I can guarantee you that, but it's a lot like the flu. And the last time I let it go for so long that no oral medicine was going to be good enough. So I had to have IV for 24 hours, I guess, 48 hours, 2 days of IV to kind of get over that. Again, it didn't. I didn't, and it came back, and it came back when I was here in Canada, and boy, oh boy, let me tell you, trying to figure that out in a country that's not used to having malaria is not fun. So please be safe. Wear protective clothing. I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to be safe if you're traveling to those countries, because getting malaria really and truly is not fun. If you have any questions, Google it. Ask me questions. I'm here to give you some information. So hopefully that has given you a little bit of insight on what to do and what not to do for malaria. So safe travels. Bye.